Good morning, Parkland. It's Wednesday, which means the week is officially halfway over. Today's weather will be sunny and 76 degrees. Please stand by for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. There's that sound again. It's time for the aerospace fact of the week. On September 12, 1992, Dr. Mae Jemison became the first African-American woman in space. She flew into space along with 6 other astronauts aboard the Endeavour on mission STS-47. During her 8 days in space, Dr. Jemison conducted experiments on weightlessness and motion sickness. Jemison believes that society should recognize how much women and members of other minority groups can contribute to space exploration if given the opportunity. Dr. Mae Jemison, a true space hero. Check her out.
There's an African proverb that says, no one shows a child the sky. Growing up in south side of Chicago, I was just like every other kid. I loved space, stars, and dinosaurs. I always knew I wanted to explore because it was so mysterious. Where did we come from? I think that's a big part of it. It was in the Apollo era, and everybody was thrilled about space. But I remember being really, really irritated that there were no women astronauts. There were a lot of people who felt left out. They didn't see themselves, and so they didn't see the connection back to them. Star Trek was one of our most hopeful fantasies. It had people from all around the world on the bridge of the ship. And it even had an alien, and it had a woman of color in a technical role, Nichelle Nichols, who played Lieutenant Uhura. One of the most vivid memories I have is the shuttles launching about 2 hours after we got on orbit. I looked out the window. No kidding, the first thing I saw from space was Chicago. And I thought about that little girl who grew up in Chicago who would have just been real cheesed up.
Up, if you're planning to stay after with Miss Claxton today for yearbook, please come next Wednesday. She is not available today. SGA students, don't forget that you will not meet this week. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes will meet today after school. See Miss Bellman if you have any questions. The Civil Air Patrol meets this afternoon. See Miss McGraw if you have any questions. Get your questions in for Sam's Corner today before 5th period. You can place them on the door on the TV studio. Super SIU begins tomorrow. All interested students must complete application form to be accepted to the club. See Dr. Cohen in room 2028 for applications. Let's head on over to Gabby.
Thank you, Maria. Today marks a sad anniversary. On this day in 1849, Edgar Allan Poe died. Edgar Allan Poe was an important American author and poet who is known mainly for his stories of terror and horror. He invented the detective story and is considered one of the greatest American authors of all time. His death is a mystery to us all. Check out this video about it.
The death of Edgar Allan Poe has remained a mystery. While the circumstances leading up to his cause of death is disputed, Edgar Allan Poe is found delirious on the streets of Baltimore, Maryland, and is taken to Washington College Hospital. Poe dies at approximately 5 a.m. with his final words being, "Lord, help my soul." Poe was never coherent enough to explain how he came to be in this condition, and much of Poe's final whereabouts have remained a mystery. The mysterious death of Edgar Allan Poe. According to the man who found Poe, Joseph W. Walker sent a letter requesting help from an acquaintance of Poe. The receiver, Dr. Joseph E. Snodgrass, reportedly visited Poe at the hospital, where he described Poe's appearance as repulsive and believed the clothes he was wearing were not his own. At the time, it was supported that Poe had died from alcoholism. However, according to the person who took care of Poe in his final moments, he claimed that he did not have the slightest odor of alcohol. While Poe's drinking companion for a time, Thomas Maine, admitted the two drank, but Poe had never had more than the average person. Because Poe was found on the day of an election, it has been suggested that he may be a victim of cooperation, in which unwilling participants are forced to vote for a particular candidate in an election. Generally, these innocent bystanders would be grabbed off the streets and drugged in order to comply, having them change their clothes in order to vote multiple times. All medical records and documents, including Poe's death certificate, have been lost, if they ever existed.
Students today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Gabby. Mae Jemison once said, if you have a goal that is very, very far out, and you approach it in little steps, you start to get there faster. Your mind opens up to the possibilities. You can achieve anything, Panthers. Just take it one step at a time. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
Everything is awesome.